So I think the first thing is that anything on the internet can be dragged and dropped and deeply integrated into any of these 3D solutions. So when you're looking at IoT, when you're looking at system management, inventory, all of these elements that exist out there can be dragged and dropped in, and it doesn't require deep integration. I think that's point number one, that fluidity, that size of whatever cool tool you find on someone's website, whatever great piece of software you find, you can literally bring into your environment. So I think people don't know that. I think the second thing is I completely agree where the previous comments were coming from, in the sense that the headsets and the Google Glass are going to provide a huge breakthroughs, because you're going to going to be sitting around a boardroom and everyone's going to be able to interact with the model, pull it up, make it small. But I always get concerned when there's another piece of hardware required, because that limits the pool of interaction. I think the real power comes in things like geomapping to the phone, which means that you can use your phone as a looking glass into a next end result. So I could be standing on a building site and immediately be looking around with my phone like this and see what something's going to look like 1 week from now, 6 months from now, 3 years from now. I can look on the ground and see exactly where a pipe has to be laid. So you're going to see these 3D plans and architects' ideas pulling through onto the device on the ground, so that you're not just looking at an architectural plan, which you've got to measure out and try to work out exactly where a wall's going to go. Your phone's GPS is going to be the geo point and the access point to that. And it is going to provide a look into the future of what it is going to be bringing those elements in. And that's something that I think is going to be quite interesting, because everyone has a phone, everyone has that accessibility. And as a result, you're going to see that type of uptake going through in a range of different ways. So, yeah, thank you to everybody and the panelists involved. It's been spectacular today.
I truly think, as I mentioned earlier, that we're kind of at the inflection point. We're going to see, I think the next 12 to 24 months are going to show us a lot about where this technology is going to go, how much AI is going to be able to help us to speed up our production times, do things quicker. I think all of us in this room are probably very well versed in AI and what's the latest, what's happening. I happen to have an expert on my team by the name of Michael Pfeiffer, who this is a huge piece of his job with me, and he's been in the game for I think 15 years now. So he's my AI correspondent and expert on staff. So we have him, and I've made some investments with him to continue to push technology forward. But like I mentioned, we're basically tech agnostic here. So I'm in a little bit of an advantageous position that I really want to see who brings the best tech, who's creating the best tech. And I think who's going to win, it's all about adaptation. So everyone in this room can create awesome, amazing things that look great on the screen. I mean, we've just proven that, right? But it's really about the adaptation for these companies, meaning getting the people on the ground, the construction teams to use them, the marketers, everyone getting to actually using the new softwares that come out. So I think as we look forward, we have to think about how we're going to solve for that AI adaptation in our category. And I think the one that is the easiest to use, the most simple, obviously solves the most problems, but the one that can be adapted the most and can cause change the quickest internally at the big organizations is the one who's going to win. So as I'm looking forward, of course, I'm investing in it. I'm thinking about it. I'm utilizing it where I can in what we do. And then really looking to solve for adaptation and integration as well. We all think AI is going to be a snap of a finger and fix all of our problems at our companies, right? That's what ops people are being told right now from their executive team. Hey, ops guy, go figure it out using AI. You make it a snap of a finger. But if our tech and the stuff we're developing in this room doesn't integrate with the other systems, then adaptation falls short as well. So we need those users to adapt, and we need the other systems to have compatibility in order to insert our tech into the organizations for the long term. So yeah, that's my take. Thanks.
I just wanted to add that I think Gaussian splatting is a future, and you guys that are already working on it, I think that we have to adapt and start using it as soon as possible. We have already tested some of the Gaussian splattings, but the biggest challenge for our 3D virtual tours is how to create them quickly. So we made some of rigs to export the render amount of files, renders to create quality Gaussian splattings. And now, for now, it's quicker and it's much more, how can I say, in terms of finance, it's a much better choice still to use those images. But I think in next year, it's going to be a standard, and we will all have to adapt to it and to use Gaussian splattings and in high fidelity, not just for technical purposes, but to be matched as renderers, static renderers, or even to do some kind of combination between Gaussian splattings and static renders. So, for example, if you walk, you switch to splats, and when you are on the point, when you can look around, you can use 3D images, I mean, renders, something like that. Combination of AI, Gaussian splats, and all the features that are available. So, thank you.
I would like to add upon the Gaussian splatting thing. So what we at Virtual are trying to do is try to build the whole city in Gaussian splatting, because in the world, there are quite a few regions which cannot have 3D content because of certain restrictions. That's the reason Google has not done it yet. What we aim to do is try to bring in all the possible data from satellite, from Street View, and from all the possible sources, and try to create a whole city in Gaussian splatting. So that is what we are working upon, so that eventually there can be a kind of a 3D search engine which can have the whole city with all the primary and the secondary listings combined together. So if a buyer wants to see a property which is unfinished or unbuilt or something which is ready to move in, all the things can happen in a single portal, which can transform the visualization space of real estate. That is one part. The second part I want to bring in is something which is bringing the experience which can be felt. For example, in a sales experience center, today everybody has large LED walls and all those touch screens and fancy things. What I mean at Virtual, what we're trying to build is something which can be wearable. For example, today Meta glasses, you have those AR things where you can have the whole model anchored upon a specific table, and all of the people in the room can have the same AR experience. This is not VR, this is something which I'm talking about AR, so that we can completely replace the scale model, and this can be like a holograph of the model. So those are something which we at Virtual Rooms are building upon. And of course, when the right time comes, we'll definitely try to showcase a demo of it. Thank you very much.
AI is just everywhere in this industry at the moment, from the beginning of the sales experience to the qualification to the data management to, it's just everywhere throughout the life cycle. So it's kind of a tricky question because personally, I could just talk about this subject for 45 minutes straight up. Easily. One example, so for this experience that we're building, you don't even touch buttons. You don't even disconnect from the seller. So the sales person that is in there doesn't even have to touch anything, because there's microphones and AI is connecting with the right product without even the sales agent having to touch anything. So this is, for example, just the first layer of AI that we're going to have inside of this entire experience. And I'm pretty sure you guys are going to tell a lot more, but we're adding AI virtual home staging dynamically. Oh, you don't like the couch? What about this one?
Yeah.
And so there's so much different layers of AI that will be integrated. And what's cool is people will not even realize that it's AI. We do a lot of AI content here at Barnes. If you look at our videos, there's no way for you to see that it's AI. So the gap in between what is AI and what is reality is going to be more and more tricky. Also with the computers and like internet being faster, the quality of the renders are going to be better and better and better, because even accessing them online will be always and always better. The quality is it's always going to upgrade basically. So I think people are not ready for what's coming. But the thing is, they won't even realize that it's all AI powered in the end, and that's the magic of it.